1. Introduction. Welcome to Martial Mastery Media. In this episode, we embark on a journey through some of the most influential martial arts manuals ever written, texts that have guided warriors, philosophers, and martial artists for centuries. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Like this video to support our content, and share it with friends, family, and fellow martial artists who are passionate about the history, philosophy, and practice of combat. Here on Martial Mastery Media, we dive deep into martial arts legends, historical fighting systems, ancient philosophies, and the forgotten techniques that shaped warrior cultures. Be sure to also explore our sister channels, Galactic Secrets, where we uncover the mysteries of the universe, alien history, and space exploration, and myths through time, where we explore mythology, folklore, and legendary traditions from around the globe. Links are in the description below. Thank you for being part of our community as we continue to honor and preserve the legacy of warriors throughout history. 2. The Book of Five Rings, Strategy, Swordsmanship, and Philosophy, written in 1645 by the legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. The Book of Five Rings, Go-Rin no Sho, is one of the most important works on martial philosophy and military strategy. Musashi was undefeated in more than 60 duels, making him a living legend in Japan's turbulent samurai era. His manual distilled not only his technical approach to combat, but also his reflections on life, discipline, and perception. The text is divided into 5 scrolls: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. Each ring represents both an element and a dimension of combat. Earth teaches foundational principles: footwork, stance, timing, and preparation. Water symbolizes adaptability, teaching fighters to move fluidly and respond naturally. Fire represents the chaos and intensity of battle, stressing decisiveness and control of momentum. Wind critiques rival schools of swordsmanship, urging practitioners not to become trapped by dogma. Void is the most spiritual chapter, addressing the pursuit of enlightenment and the warrior's awareness of the unseen. The Book of Five Rings was not only for swordsmen, it became a guide for generals, leaders, and later even business strategists in modern Japan and abroad. Concepts like adaptability, clarity of perception, and conquering the self were applied to leadership, corporate competition, and personal discipline. To this day, martial artists and entrepreneurs alike study Musashi's teachings as a roadmap for mastering conflict in any arena. 3. Hagakure, The Way of the Samurai, and the Code of Bushido, composed in the early 18th century by Yamamoto Tsunetomo. Hagakure, meaning hidden leaves, was written at a time when the samurai class had lost much of its battlefield purpose. Japan, under the Tokugawa shogunate, had entered an era of relative peace. With fewer wars to fight, many samurai feared that their warrior spirit would wither away. Hagakure became a philosophical anchor, emphasizing loyalty, discipline, and readiness for death. Its most famous teaching is, "The way of the samurai is found in death." This was not a call to seek death recklessly, but rather a mindset of fearlessness and resolve. For Tsunetomo, a samurai who lived unafraid of death could live honorably, make decisions swiftly, and embody true service to his lord. The text also explores etiquette, daily conduct, and the moral foundations of the samurai code. It values humility, modesty, and unshakable loyalty, stressing that true warriors lived by principles even when swords stayed sheathed. Hagakure had a complex afterlife. In the 20th century, it was revived by Japanese militarists during World War II as a way of inspiring loyalty and sacrifice, though critics argue this distorted its original meaning. In modern times, martial artists and historians view Hagakure as a profound insight into the samurai ethos, a psychological manual on courage, duty, and mental preparation for combat and life. 4. Tao of Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's Philosophy of Freedom in Combat, published in 1975 after Bruce Lee's untimely death. The Tao of Jeet Kune Do is unlike any martial arts manual that came before it. Rather than a rigid training guide, it is a compilation of Lee's personal notes, reflections, and sketches, blending combat science with deep philosophy. Bruce Lee rejected the rigidity of traditional martial systems. He believed no single style could account for the complexity of real combat. His art, Jeet Kune Do, was built on adaptability, economy of motion, and personal expression. He encouraged martial artists to be like water, formless, flexible, and unstoppable. The Tao discusses principles such as timing, rhythm, feints, deception, striking economy, and psychological preparation. But it also delves into philosophy, drawing from Taoism, Zen Buddhism, and Western thinkers. Bruce Lee saw martial arts as a path to self-knowledge, where combat mirrored life itself. Its impact was enormous. Unlike Musashi or Tsunetomo, Bruce Lee lived in the modern, globalized world. His philosophy connected East and West, reshaping martial arts as both a fighting discipline and a universal philosophy of self-liberation. Today, it continues to inspire not just martial artists, but athletes, actors, philosophers, and thinkers worldwide. 5. Comparing the manuals. Tradition, philosophy, and innovation, placing these manuals side by side, reveals the evolution of martial wisdom across time and cultures. The Book of Five Rings reflects the experience of a duelist and battlefield strategist during Japan's violent 17th century. Hagakure reflects the transformation of the samurai spirit in an era of peace, emphasizing philosophy and loyalty over battle. The Tao of Jeet Kune Do represents a radical break from tradition, opening martial arts to adaptability, modern science, and personal expression. Each text also reveals different relationships between combat and life itself. Musashi saw combat as a metaphor for perception and self-mastery. Tsunetomo saw it as a way of living with purpose, devotion, and dignity. Bruce Lee saw it as a form of liberation and self-expression, an art of breaking boundaries. Together, they remind us that martial arts is more than physical skill. It is also a philosophy, a discipline, and a way of navigating life's struggles. 6. Modern relevance and global impact. These manuals continue to shape the world today. The Book of Five Rings is studied by military officers, martial artists, and corporate leaders who apply Musashi's principles of adaptability and clarity in modern strategy. Hagakure is examined by philosophers and historians as a window into Bushido, while martial artists reflect on its teachings of loyalty and fearlessness. The Tao of Jeet Kune Do remains one of the most influential martial texts ever written, inspiring practitioners across disciplines, from MMA fighters to self-improvement seekers, to break free of limitations and follow a path of creativity and freedom. Their influence extends beyond the dojo or battlefield. They shape leadership philosophies, personal development strategies, and even popular culture. They are studied in universities, quoted in boardrooms, and used as motivational texts for those seeking resilience and wisdom in the modern age. 7. Conclusion. The Book of Five Rings, Hagakure, and Tao of Jeet Kune Do stand as timeless manuals of martial wisdom. From Musashi's razor-sharp strategies to Tsunetomo's profound acceptance of death, and from Bruce Lee's revolutionary call for freedom, these texts preserve the voices of warriors across centuries. Studying them is not merely about learning how to fight, but about understanding how to live with clarity, discipline, adaptability, and honor. By revisiting these works, we keep alive the traditions of warriors who sought not only victory, but also wisdom and mastery of the self. 8. Call to action. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the most famous martial arts manuals in history, subscribe to Martial Mastery Media and hit the notification bell so you never miss new episodes. Like this video, share it with friends, family, and fellow martial artists, and help us spread this knowledge to a wider audience. Explore our other videos, where we uncover martial legends, forgotten warrior traditions, and the techniques that shaped combat throughout the ages. And don't forget, check out our sister channels, Galactic Secrets, where we explore cosmic mysteries, alien history, and the wonders of space exploration and myths through time, where we reveal the forgotten myths and legends that shaped civilizations. Thank you for being part of the Martial Mastery Media community. Together, we continue to honor the spirit of warriors and preserve their legacy for generations to come.